the Rap Box.
We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. We still gotta do the recap. Don't worry about that. We're gonna get to that. We still gonna do No Mex. Calm down. Nah, Mex, calm down. We got that. Daylyt versus Loaded Lux. What we doing? What we doing? Is it time? Am I tripping? Lux has been calling out Loaded for sorry, not Lux. Light has been calling out Loaded for a minute. For a minute. Light's been calling out Loaded before Averb even. Yeah, I think before Averb even talked about Loaded. Not saying Loaded wasn't on his radar, because I know that's from the beginning. I get that. So maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. I can't remember that part of the timeline. Bear with me. Sorry. But it's been a while that Daylyt has been saying he wanted Lux. Does he get him now? Because for a minute, I didn't hear Daylyt even in the picture. I've been rooting for that battle for a minute. There are two people that I've been rooting for to go against Lux, but only one that I feel like could give him serious, serious trouble. The other one is only because I love his writing style so much, and he's so intricate. He's funny, he's punchy, he has some aggression, some performance, but his writing is just off the chain. The God pen himself, QP. I just feel like that would be a very interesting battle. And they both, I would title that battle the less than 100-pound battle, because both of them probably around 89.5, somewhere in there. They little guys. Although Lux with the Akuma, probably like a buck 10, buck 11. I digress. We talked about Lux versus Mook for the trilogy. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we know Lux raps better than Mook. But for some reason, when they get in that ring together, Mook battles better than Lux. It's very similar to when I watched Frankie Edgar and BJ Penn. It's like I'm looking at BJ Penn, the prodigy, knowing like he's all around a better fighter, but styles make fights. And for some reason, Frankie Edgar had his number. 3 up, 3 down. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. He could not beat Frankie Edgar. Period. So there's something about Mook that, at least thus far, Lux can't beat. I don't know what it is, but we know it's true. So we dealt with that. We talked about JC. I mean, if it's gonna happen, they gotta build that back up. Hold on, I ain't got my situation right. You know what I'm saying? There we go. By the way, this is Cashmere, California TV, and this is the Rap Box. If I didn't say that already, I know I didn't because I was eating when I started. I just couldn't wait to have this conversation any longer. The JC conversation, because he put on such a campaign, what was that, 2017, 2018, like he put such a Lux campaign on, like I think that keeps him in the convo, and JC is deadly. And the Lux that we saw the other night against Surf, you take the JC that battled DNA, or the JC that battled Nitty, or even the JC that battled Twerk, or the JC that battled B-Dot. You take any of those JCs and put them against that Lux, sorry, hand down, man down. Hand down, man down. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Lux didn't get off the other night, but Lux was not God tier. He was not God tier. And there are a few other rappers that night that honestly I believe their rounds could have gave Lux more problems than Surf's rounds did. Right? And so we all would say Lux is the A card, right? Against Daylyt. He's the A card. Well, against most people outside of Mook, he's the A card. He's the A side, right? So if Lux is the A side, then that would put Daylyt as the B side. However, whose rounds from Gnome X beat Daylight's 3 rounds? I'll wait. What you think, Sean? What y'all think? Anybody? Who's 3 rounds? Matter of fact, give me 1 round. 1 round from anybody that you say, well, his first beats Daylight's first, or his second beats I'll wait. I'll even let you mix and match. His third beats Daylight's second, whatever. I'll wait. Nunu, I see you. What's up? You got an answer? Nitty? EFB? No. None. So we got the B side of the battle in Light versus Lux outperforming and out-rapping everybody in Gnome X, including Lux. So what do we do with that? Who wins? Who y'all got? Styles make fights. I don't know if y'all saw Lux and Daylyt talking to each other. Shout out to Hip Hop Is Real. They got them on cam together. And what did Daylyt say? Yeah, meet me up there. And he told him, what you did tonight, that ain't gonna get it. That ain't it. I agree, Light. I agree. That Lux versus that Light. That's Steph Curry. What do you want me to say? That's Steph Curry. That's 3-zip. Am I lying? Am I lying? Nah, I don't want to say that. I want to be sitting here like I was before Gnome X, thinking if they ever battle, it would be a good battle. I always felt like Light would win, but I always felt like it had more of a potential to be one of the best, if not the best battle of all time, because the penmanship is off the charts. Off the charts, and they both tapped into their higher selves. It's off the charts. However, we all kind of thought when we saw Lux and Hollow together and with the energy, so we felt like, oh, Lux is kind of, he in a different bag now. He going at him right. Okay. Maybe this Lux, okay. That's what we felt. And then you look at Light and you're like, I never know what Light is going to do. Light will take a big opportunity and turn it into a circus show. Just so he could be the only thing talked about walking away from it. Marketing genius. But in battle rap, we don't love that. We love it. Keep it real. But we don't love it. Because we want to hear what you got. We want to see the fight. We all ran out of class out to the parking lot to see the fight. I think we would all have to say, based on recent deposits, recent receipts, as they say, shout out to Champion. You may have to say Daylyt 3-0. You may have to. But I'm going to say Daylyt 2-1. And the reason I'm going to say that is because Lux is such a genius. I do believe that he will try to out-rap him. You know, he wanted to talk to Surf. And that's also what's dangerous in this kind of prediction, because you base it off a completely different type of battle. In that battle, he was trying to talk to Surf. And he did that well. Not incredibly well, but well. But with Daylyt, he's going to try wrap circles around him. I just have never heard him do what Daylyt does. And even when he does, today's Lux still has moments of dry spots. Like even in his acclaimed battle versus Cal, when you go back and listen to it, there's pockets where you're just kind of like, okay. You look at me like, I got the feeling that you look at me like, wow, like that was down, like, wow. It was like, wow, what was happening? But I'm a little skeptical, and everybody's like, whoa! Like, okay. They put Cal and skeptical. I mean, cool. It was cool. The age-old question, what Daylyt do we get? I believe we're going to get that Daylyt times 3.5. And what's crazy is I feel like if we get that Daylyt times 3.5, but we get that Lux times 10, Daylyt still wins. Am I? Stop me if I'm wrong. Put in the comments if I'm wrong. Put in the comments if I'm just way off, if I'm somehow wrapped up in the moment of Gnome X and wrapped up in the moment of watching Tay-Rock literally turn from the op to a fan in the middle of the first round. He went from, you at light? Where you at? Yeah, let's do this. Uh-huh. Dracula's here. Let's get this going. Yeah, let's go. And then Light started rapping, he was like, fire. Yes, let's go, Light. Let's go, Light. He turned into Hype Man Rock. He went from Battler, Dracula to Hype Man Rock because Daylyt was that good. I'm done. I'm done. Because y'all gonna think I'm just saying. Y'all gonna think I'm just riding the train because it's West. Y'all gonna think I'm just, he gave us one great performance and now all of a sudden the whole world is feeling like he can do everything. It's like, I felt like this before. I'm always disappointed. Daylyt, Disaster. It's really just those two. Those are the two highest capable, but sometimes most disappointing because you know what they can do. Everybody else, I'm not saying they're the dopest, but everybody else, well, Charlie went on his run too, and he was just kind of slipping. Shout out to the slippers. Where we were just kind of like, what are you doing? But the level that we've seen Disaster hit, I ain't gonna go into it because this video ain't about him. But then, like when Disaster battled Rock, you're just kind of like, oh, the level we've heard Daylyt get to before. And then you watch him versus Mickey Fax, and you hear Mickey's rounds, and Mickey's dope, but you're like, the Daylyt that battled Rock. Imagine if that Daylyt showed up to Mickey Fax. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You wouldn't talk about him at all anymore in battles. Just do your music, bro. Imagine if that Daylyt showed up at RBE to battle King Los. There's nothing that Los did that night that could have touched this Daylyt. So I felt like this for a while. But if y'all think I'm tripping, let me know I'm tripping, man. Cashmere, California. Daylyt versus Loaded Lux, Beloved versus to the Batmobile. Is he still in I think he's still Dot Mob. Yeah, I believe so. But whatever, man. To the next one. We still gonna go over Gnome X. We got a lot to talk about. Hope y'all saw UFC 251. That was crazy. If you didn't watch my video about how Max Holloway got robbed, and I'm gonna do one with Usman and Masvidal, because that was an interesting fight, and it showed us a lot about Usman that a lot of us probably didn't maybe didn't give him credit for, but also a lot about the Warrior and Masvidal. So that'll be coming soon. Catch me on California TV. I'm out.
The Rap Box.